Hi, Dr. Mark here, Symmetry's Senior Vice President for Product Technology and Training. We're going to talk a little bit about this East meets West, ancient meets modern idea, and with that, our adapt to it. Hippocrates, the father of Western medicine, said, our food should be our medicine, and our medicine should be our food. But there's an ancient Chinese saying that says, food should not only satisfy your appetite, but also provide a natural cure to the human body. And so that means that food, people should eat the right food for better health. And food includes herbs. And this history of herbs and food and nutrition, we have a history of history. You know, this history of ancient Chinese medicine, of traditional herbal medicine from around the world, we have a history of putting that in our products since day one. So, adaptogens, what are they? Well, 1947, the Western world came up with this idea that it's a non-specific remedy. It increases resistance to a broad spectrum of harmful factors. It helps balance those out. In 1980, they kind of updated that to say it's a new class of metabolic regulators, and that they come from a natural origin, and they increase the body's ability to adapt to the environment and to help avoid damage from things like stress. However, while these are new, Ayurvedic medicine, which is one of the older forms of medicine, has a long history of talking about herbs that are now classified as adaptogenic. And the same thing goes for traditional Chinese medicine, which is perhaps the oldest form of healthcare on the planet. They've had these herbs that are now very valuable adaptogenic herbs in many of their formulas. And Symmetry was built on this foundation of adaptogenic herbs and putting these things in like male balance. Ginseng, one of the most well-known adaptogenic herbs, and this is, of course, in our male balance. Or female balance is built around the idea of astragalus, which is very good for the blood system and nourishing the body, its anti-stress abilities, and again for the female system. And so we have both this male and female yin and yang idea of adaptogenic herbs and then the formula being built around them. Same thing with our Immune D. This is built around our mushroom blend, and these mushrooms are seen to be very, very important immunoenhancing or adaptogenic properties. And Ace Aloe Plus. This has a great Ayurvedic herb called ashwagandha, which is often called Indian ginseng. It has a number of other herbs in it that are adaptogenic. And aloe itself, this extract that we use in our Ace Aloe Plus is a patented aloe. That's also a really great adaptogenic herb. So we have this long history in Symmetry of building formulas around adaptogenic herbs. Genesis, of course, is our number one selling herb. And one of the things that we see that's common among the adaptogenic herbs is they help detoxify the liver or support liver function. And a couple of the things that do that the best are the primary antioxidants, particularly glutathione. And of course, this is one of the things that's built into the Genesis, along with its ability to help extend life and fight off stress. And stress, this is really what we're talking, this fight or flight response. Our bodies are threatened, and so we secrete hormones that change our physiology. They enhance our ability to run away or defend ourselves. And this is the flight or fight response. And this is very important to help us get away from something. But when stress is there all the time, it starts to take its toll on the body. And it can affect our digestive secretions when that happens. And so a lot of people end up with GI problems when they have chronic stress. Overall, it lowers the body's resistance overall. And so when you get this long-term stress, or the way that happens from stuff on the job, or you're not sleeping right, or maybe chemical or environmental toxins, mental assaults, all these things, they start to affect the body. And adaptogenic herbs, they are used to help balance these imbalances out. And at the core action of the adaptogens are that they help our bodies deal with stress. They have a particularly good effect on the adrenal glands, which sit on top of the kidneys, and they help with all the stress responses that affect us mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. So stress, it does a body bad. We all know that this can cause problems with anxiety, increase our risk for autoimmune disease, cancer, common cold, hormonal imbalance, irritable bowel syndrome, thyroid conditions, and weight loss resistance, meaning it can, of course, stress makes cortisol, makes us get fat around the middle, so it actually makes us gain weight. Now, Dr. Brekman and Darmov are two Russian physicians who were really into, alternative or complementary medicine. And they came up with this definition of an adaptogen back in 1958, that it must be innocuous, or it doesn't cause any real damage to anything in the body, any of the organ systems, while having a non-specific action on normalizing the action irregardless of whatever the pathogen is. So really it's kind of the same idea that we were just talking about, the idea of the body being affected by stress and helping to balance that. But Dr. Brekman did a lot of the original research in Russia on this. And our formula, Adapt to It, is based on Dr. Brekman and Dr. Darmov's original formula. And this is what we've done to help take care of burnout, to make sure that doesn't happen. Now, I'm not going to show you everything that's in here, but the basic herbs that are in here are Siberian ginseng. And this is not really ginseng, but it works like ginseng. It's Erythrococcus stenosis, Siberian ginseng. And this has a great effect to normalize high or low blood pressure. It helps balance the immune system and increase work capacity. It's also supposed to be very good for overall energy levels and protection from general sickness, helping protect against toxins, controls diabetes, reduces tumors, controls atherosclerosis. And then we have Rhodiola rosea, which also is a kind of a Siberian area plant. It's a very potent antioxidant as well as adaptogenic herb that's been used a lot for mental function. And it helps, again, stress-related mental and physical fatigue. It's also very good to protect the heart, the liver. It increases the body's ability to use oxygen, so a lot of athletes use this. It improves memory and may extend longevity. Then we put Schisandra and Romania. Romania is a very important anti-inflammatory herb, and it's also antifungal. It's known as a blood tonic. It's very, very potent for a lot of women to use because of the menstrual cycle, and it's a blood purifier. It's associated again with the kidneys and the adrenal glands. Schisandra, this is very good for increasing mental exercise or mental focus. It protects you from environmental stress. And then it improves your energy by stimulating the central nervous system without giving you any nervous side effects that you might get with caffeine. And since it's an adaptogen, it can also calm the nervous system when facing stress. And it's a stressed out world. Approximately 2/3 of all doctor's visits are for a stress-related complaint. 2/3. And stress itself is not an illness, but it's a fact of life. And it always has been, but it may be getting worse. And what we find is that stress is a magnifying glass. It makes anything else you have in the body worse. They're now saying that stress may make some cancers 4 times as bad. And so anything you have, you stub your little toe, it's worse if you have stress in your life. And that's what this formula is for. So the benefits of Adapt to It, this is going to help reduce the overall stress response. It's a general tonic for overall health and well-being. It's going to decrease the bad cholesterol, increase the good cholesterol, lowers blood pressure. It's good for its anti-aging benefits. It monitors or maintains brain function, so a healthy brain. It enhances the immune system. It also helps reduce fatigue. It's a powerful antioxidant. It treats depression and anxiety, maintains optimal weight, works with your blood sugar, and assists liver functioning, anti-cancer, and improves sexual function. All of these things from Adapt to It because of an adaptogenic herbal formula.